Hello, you guys, and welcome back to Mystical Visions. So, today's reading is for those of you looking for some clarity on your relationships, situationships, romantic, platonic, familial, whatever. If you have a person in mind, today we're getting the tea. Today we're looking at their true intentions behind how they are acting towards you. So, I did create this reading with the intent of it being about a romantic relationship, but whatever comes through, comes through. I don't know what the cards are going to say. So I've gone ahead and pre-shuffled 3 stacks of cards. For pile 1, we have an opalite moon. For pile 2, we have jade. And for pile number 3, we have a garnet. So as always, I'll give you guys some time to sit with these 3 stacks of cards. Go ahead and see which one calls to you intuitively. Timestamps for all your readings are in the video description. If this resonates, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And without much further ado, I'll see you at your reading. Pile number 1, hello, welcome. So if you guys picked the opalite moon, this is your reading all about your person's true intentions, why they act the way that they act. So I've gone ahead and pre-shuffled your piles. With these first 3 cards, we'll take a look at who this person is, what role they play in your life. And this could be great for confirmation, to make sure you've picked your right pile. If you're not sure. Then we'll take a look with these 3 cards at how they act towards you. And with these 3 cards, we'll look at why they're acting the way that they're acting, why they do the things they do. With these 2, we'll take a look at their next move towards you. And then finally, with these 2 cards, we'll look at some advice on how you should take this whole situation, what you should do next, if anything. So, without much further ado, let's just dive right in. So who is this person to you, pile 1? We have the 10 of Cups, beautiful. And that's clarified by the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. And your archetype is the 1. Oh. Okay, interesting. So, pile 1, I think I have an idea of why you're here, because it seems like whoever this person is in your life, you pretty much assume that they are the one for you, that this is the partner that you're meant to end up with. Clearly with this card here, it says the one. Now, technically, this talks about unity, about, being one with everyone and everything on this planet. But for our purposes, it could very well also refer to the romanticized idea of the one for you. However, with the Knight of Swords in reverse, it feels like things are going a little slower than you would like. It feels like the honeymoon phase has finally worn off. And suddenly there's other things going on. Suddenly you don't hang out so much like you used to, or you're not communicating quite as much, and it feels like you're doubting whether you misjudged this person as being the one for you. There is definitely love and joy here, and this is definitely someone who fulfills you very deeply, but because of this slowing down, you might be panicking a little bit about, did you jump the gun? Did you make assumptions and it's going to turn out that they're not the one for you? So let's take a deep breath, okay? And let's take a look at what's going on. So if that resonates with you, then this is definitely your pile. I'm just going to move this moon up here. So how are they acting towards you now? Yeah, we have the 2 of Swords. Temperance. I'm going to move this guy up here. Two of Swords, Temperance, and the Star in reverse. Okay. So it very much feels like this person has gone inwards. I mean, two of these three cards have their eyes closed, and both these cards talk about balance, going inwards, trusting your intuition, um, walking by faith, not by sight, that kind of thing. The Two of Swords is someone who has to make a decision and they rely entirely on their intuition to choose which option they want to go with. Temperance is someone who has a lot going on and yet they are able to find balance in the movement of everything. Traditionally, Temperance shows an angel pouring water from one cup to the other. The water is too much for either cup to hold on its own. But with that constant movement, the angel is able to make sure that none of it spills. The Star usually talks about optimism. It talks about, fairy tales, having something to look forward to. So to have this in reverse here, and it tells me that this person maybe isn't quite as forthcoming as they used to be. They're not quite as cheerful maybe, or they're probably not feeling as optimistic, or they're not showing you much optimistic energy. I don't think this is in relationship to your connection with them. I think this is very much something they might be going through, where it feels like they've had to retreat into themselves for a bit. It could very well be that they are very, very busy, or maybe this is how they're acting towards you. This is what they're saying is they're very busy. There's a lot going on. They're finding it hard to juggle everything. Like, do you see how in this Temperance card, there's so many different arms doing so many different things? And this Two of Swords, like, no one's really built to hold two swords like this. It's a lot going on. And it feels like they're in a frenzy a little bit, and like they don't really have the time to communicate with you very much at all. And given that these people are pretty much alone in these cards, it feels almost a bit like they're isolating, and that they're pretty much they're just retreating inwards, and they're trying really hard to keep up with everything that's going on in their life. Or that's what they portray. So let's take a look at the intention behind what they're doing, why they're acting the way they act. We have the Page of Cups, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. This person is pretty legit. Like, I don't see anything here that says they are consciously blowing you off or anything like this. The Page of Cups is someone who has a lot of love to give. They're just bursting with excitement and joy and happiness and just love, right? The Five of Cups in reverse, this Five of Cups upright is usually someone who is mourning their three spilled cups and not realizing there's two still standing behind. So to have that in reverse, it kind of tells me that this person very much recognizes that they still have a lot to be grateful for, a lot to be happy about, perhaps with you as well, because the Two of Cups is a partnership card. They're not like super obsessed with everything that's going a little crazy. I don't think they're in a dark place or anything like that. And I don't think they resent anything. It's just a lot going on. Because with the Three of Pentacles, it feels like they're working with a lot of people. Like it could be that this person works in something like public relations or HR or just something that requires a lot of collaboration with other professionals in their field. And because of that, by the end of the day, it feels like their social battery is completely gone. They have no energy left for anything. And To see how here, like, he's not offering an empty cup. There is a fish in it. um, so it almost feels like they don't want to just give you half-hearted communication. Like when they come through, they want to really come through. And so instead of texting you like low effort messages, or calling you when they're dead tired and are about to pass out, or hanging out with you when they don't have the energy to like be there consciously, they would rather conserve that energy, get through whatever they need to get through, and then come back to you with everything they have. So if it feels like they're pulling away, they're retreating, it's not that they don't want to communicate with you. And I know it's very frustrating because it would almost be consolation if they were pulling back so you can move on. But it truly doesn't feel like that. It truly does feel like they do want to communicate with you more and more. But there is so much they're juggling. There's so much on that plate right now that they simply have no time or energy to give you what they feel you deserve. And in many ways, that's actually a beautiful thing, part one, because it means that they don't take your time, energy, or attention for granted. They very much respect the fact that you would go out of your way to communicate with them, and they very much want to reciprocate that, rather than just give you the bare minimum and hope that that will do for now. So if you're not hearing from them, it's not on purpose. It is simply because they're dealing with the human side of our lives, the human aspects of it all that can sometimes be a little crazy. That's what's going on. So let's go ahead and move these to the side a little bit and take a look at their next move towards you. And I only picked 2 cards for this because I didn't want to give you like super details, because these are general readings and I think that could just be a whole reading on its own. But let's take a look at their intentions in terms of what they intend to do next towards you. We have the King of Swords in reverse, clarified by the 6 of Cups. Okay. How one, the next time that you communicate with them, I feel like this is exactly what they're going to tell you. I feel like the reason they may not have told you the extent of how busy they are is because they don't want to put that on you. It almost feels like they're trying so hard to handle everything on their own. And this might be the kind of person that is hyper independent, where they just don't ask for help. They don't want to make anyone feel obligated. They don't want to be obligated to someone else for taking their help or anything like that. But the next time they communicate with you, it will definitely be from a place of love. It will definitely be from a place of recognition. They might even tell you how grateful they are to feel secure enough in your connection that they feel like they can do their own thing and come back to you and know that you'll still be here for them. But with the King of Swords in reverse, they might very well tell you, like, look, I am not doing okay. Like, I need help. I need comfort for a little bit. Can you give me some time? Give me some quality time? Like, can we just hang out and, cuddle for a bit or whatever? Or just enjoy each other's company without doing anything too intensive. Like, it doesn't feel like they have a lot of energy. And it might just be very low-key the next time you guys speak or the next time you hang out or anything like that. But it definitely feels like there is communication coming. There is a lot of genuine, like, heart-to-heart coming. They might even hold space for you to share some of your concerns about, oh, well, I thought this relationship was falling apart. I thought, we'd regressed, or that we weren't going to move forwards with this or whatever. And they will truly be open to hearing you out with with an open mind and an open heart. Um, but it definitely feels like a very sweet but very tired energy. It's like a you know when dogs, they've spent all day running around and chasing butterflies and just getting the zoomies every 2 seconds, and then at the end of the day when they see you, they're so tired but their tail is still wagging. Like, that's kind of the vibe I get. Like, this really feels like a golden retriever person, I'm gonna be honest, pal one, which we love. um but yeah, it does feel like the next time you meet, that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna be like, look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to just you know cut down our communication so much, but life got insane so quickly. But I'm grateful you're here. I'm grateful that we get to spend some time together. Can we just chill for a bit and soak up each other's vibes, as much as I don't like that word? Can we just bask in each other's glow for a little bit, because I missed you and I am so grateful for the time that we do get together and all of that. I feel like they will genuinely tell you the truth about how they almost overextended themselves in other aspects of their lives. So, yeah, so finally, let's take a look at some advice on what you should do in this situation, or just advice in general. So, first we have Mintaken, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Yeah, it feels like this person very much sees you as a place of comfort, Harman. And that's kind of where they're at and where you're at. Now, obviously, take this as it resonates. It could apply to whatever context your connection with this person is. But I feel like they very much share this feeling of this Ten of Cups moment, where whoever they meet, whatever they do, they, in the back of their mind, they're always like, oh, I can go see my person at some point soon. Oh, my person exists in this world, and so it's okay. Like, I'm so eager to see them again. Um, if I just get through this day, get through this week, get through this month, I can go hang out with my person again, and I'm so excited. But for now, all I get to do is sit here and miss them. Like, that's kind of the feeling I'm getting from this person, which is adorable, honestly, Pawan. But in terms of advice for you, I do think that you're being called to wait on this person, and not necessarily wait with like the expectation or put your life on hold for them, but more in the sense of give them some time. They will come back to you, and it will. I mean, you might well be in communication every single day. It's probably just not as intense as it once was, but you're very much being told to just hang on for a little bit longer. Once the situation sorts itself out, you'll be right back at it. And it's that ebb and flow of connection that we experience with every human being. Like, some days you're very, very like that, and then other days you're like doing your own thing, but you know that you're still connected and still have a lot of love for each other, right? That's just the natural progression of relationships. We go apart, we come back together, and out and in and out and in. And that doesn't mean we're disconnecting. It just means that life is doing its thing. So very much look forward with optimism, because there will be more communication and things will go back to the fun, happy house on fire connection. Okay. And finally, we have, yes, badger spirit, be fearless and bold. Yeah, I think if you do have any fears around, whether this person doesn't like you anymore or anything like that, I honestly don't. It's just life. But let's read this one from the book, just because I love the messages from these animal spirits. Badger spirit, Better Spirit rejoices at your persistence and commitment to what is true for you. Whatever you seek, the tenacity and faith in your partnership with Spirit is paying off, and the results will soon coalesce into form. You will manifest your desires in divine timing and in the form that Spirit deems best for you. Better Spirit says you have what it takes to get what you want. Don't be afraid to make the first move. Better Spirit loves your brave and mighty heart. Okay, maybe also if you don't hear from them consistently, or if you truly do feel like expressing your fears will open up some communication between the two of you. It might even help them open up as well. So if it feels appropriate, maybe reach out and be like, hey, can we talk about, what's going on? Because I miss you. We were communicating a lot and now we're not as much. What's going on? Can I help you in any way? Something like that. But whatever it is, like, approach it from a place of love rather than from a place of fear. So don't be like, oh, why aren't we talking anymore? Do you not love me anymore? Do you not like me anymore? Maybe don't go with that. Maybe go a bit like, a bit more gentle with this person because clearly they're going through a lot already. And you want this connection to work because clearly you see them as this really fulfilling person. So gentle gloves because this person is going through a lot, but it does seem like this connection will come back to you. It will come back to where it was. All right, so Pal 1, that's your reading for today. I hope it helped. I hope it brought you some clarity and some support and some comfort. If it did, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. It really helps. If you like my work and you want a custom reading, a private reading, you can reach out to me via email. You can grab my tip jar, my PayPal tip jar. It's also in the description below. And that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for being here and sharing your energy with me and letting me read for you today. I hope it helped. And stick around to the outro for another reading on my channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Pile number 2. Hello. So if you guys picked the jade crystal, then this is your reading. So we're getting into the tea today. We're taking a look at your person's true intentions. We're going to take a look at how they're acting, why they're acting the way they act, and their next move towards you, all that good stuff. So I've gone ahead and pre-shuffled your piles. Before I get into anything, I should say, while shuffling your pile, I did feel a lot of anxious energy. So if that's you guys, take a deep breath. It's going to be okay, I promise. So we'll take a look at these 3 cards first, which will tell us who this person is, and you can of course use this part of the reading for confirmation about whether this is your pile. Then we'll take a look with these 3 cards at your person's actions towards you, how they're acting, what they're up to, what's going on. With these 3 cards, we'll take a look at the intention behind how they're acting. Why are they doing the things that they're doing right now? These 2 will give us a quick glimpse of their next step towards you. And then finally, with these 2 cards here, we'll look at what you should do in this situation, any advice there is for you as my viewer. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over there. And let's get started. So who is this person to you? We have the Sun, beautiful, clarified by the Ace of Swords. Okay, this is someone new, pal, too. This is someone new in your life who seems to have brought in a lot of energy. The archetype we have is the River. This is number 34, if that means anything to you. And I'm not quite sure what the definition of that card is. I'm still learning this deck, bear with me. So let's go ahead and read that from the book. The river, the stream, the flow, the current. There is a reason so many rituals of change and rebirth take place in the river. It is forgiveness embodied in physical form. Without asking anything in return, the river washes away what is no longer necessary, smoothing over sharp edges and accepting all our mistakes and grievances. Its waters have a special gift for reflecting back to us a new and dreamlike vision. Keep in mind, the you that stands within the river is the real you, full of deep emotion and potential, nothing to hide, nothing to judge. Acceptance, grace, reflection, forgiveness. Okay. I can kind of see why you're here, you guys. So with the Sun and the Ace of Swords, this kind of tells me that this is someone new in your life who has brought a lot of light and joy and optimism and excitement into your life. However, you might be someone that comes from a place of not having these things, not having people be this way for you. You might not be used to people being genuinely nice to you or just making you happy just for the sake of making you happy. And so maybe you're in a place now where it's like, is this real? Is this an illusion? Is this person lying to me? Are they just doing this to, get me? Will they change up on me? And it's like, you're not sure because there's so many different ways this could go. It's like, is this an illusion? And because on the surface, it feels like the way this person is acting is so, like, it's perfect. Like, whoever this is, whatever they're doing for you, it's like, it's so good, it's almost too good. And maybe that's a fear that you're dealing with right now. So if that works with your situation, if that resonates with you, let's take a look at how this person is actually acting. Maybe that's the nervous energy I was feeling. Okay, we have the Three of Swords, Strength, and the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay. There's two interpretations that are coming to me from this. First is that this person to you almost feels like a heartbreaker. Like, it's like, oh, this person is acting this way, but I've seen people who do this invariably end up hurting me in some way. So I have to stay strong and not celebrate this situation too much. That's maybe from your perspective. From their perspective, and this is an alternate interpretation of these cards together, it feels like they might be going through something really difficult right now, but they're being very, very strong, and they may not be in the mood to like be super cheerful or go out or celebrate or anything because they're going through it right now, or that's what they say. So see whichever one resonates. But the Three of Swords usually talks about heartbreak, about being upset, about being sometimes in relationship readings it feels like a third party situation where someone is cheating, someone is going behind someone else's back, someone is lying. But in the position that it's in, where this is how they're acting, I feel like if this person was cheating, they probably wouldn't put that out there. This feels more like, well, this section of the reading is supposed to be your interpretation of their actions. So it does feel like you assume that they're going to break your heart, right? Because you may have been through situations where people have acted exactly like this before, where it's like excellent communication, super optimistic, super powerful and exciting and warm and friendly and happy. And they've invariably ended up breaking your heart. And so you might be wary of this kind of loud personality. And with the Strength card, it's like this person has very strong opinions, maybe, but not in the sense of they will steamroll you, but more in the sense of they have principles. They know who they are and what they're all about, and maybe that's not something you're very used to. We have two Leo cards here, by the way. So this person may have strong Leo energy. They might be in a leadership position. They might be quite stubborn but fiery. Um, they might have they might have like a lot of, they might have orange hair. um, or red hair. There's a lot of like reds and oranges going on here. Um, this definitely feels like something that's brand new, something someone you haven't spoken to for a very long time, but it feels like your mind won't stop making assumptions of how this is going to turn out based on your previous experience with this sort of personality type. But okay, the Three of Cups in reverse is what's getting me. The Three of Cups upright is celebration. So to have that in reverse usually means like overindulgence or fake friends or um, not having a reason to celebrate. It does feel like this, for whatever reason, this person might be triggering certain fears. And maybe that's why this connection is in your life in the first place, is to show you like all these deep rooted fears that you carry. Um, it feels like you're not allowing yourself to celebrate this connection, no matter what form it takes for you. It's like you're afraid to get too invested, you're afraid to get too emotionally attached because you're like, invariably, it's going to end up breaking my heart. So I'll just break my own heart first so this person doesn't get the chance to do it. But yeah, that's it. It doesn't feel so much. This section to me right now doesn't feel so much like how they're acting, but more about your perspective on how they're acting. So let's see what their intentions really are. We have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. We have two aces. We have the Three of Cups in reverse again. And we have the Two of Wands. Oh, I love it. I love it. How to? This person is not at all like your worst fears. Like with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Wands, like this person really does want to offer you something genuine. Like, do you see all these hands offering things? Here he's holding the world. It's like, oh, I want to offer you the world. just all casual, like. No, but this person really does feel like there is potential here. Like they really do want to invest their time and energy. They want love in the situation, whatever form it may take. But the Two of Wands, it's like they're also looking towards a future with you as well. It may be very, very early stages at this point for them to say anything concretely, but they can very easily see a potential in this connection. But the Three of Cups in reverse again. Okay, it could very well be that you've met this person through a friend group, and then with the Three of Cups in reverse, they're kind of like, I don't want to hang out with our friends. Like, I want to hang out just you and me together. Like, I don't want this to be like a public setting. I wanna go out. I want to go on a date. Like, just you and I, just some quality time. Alternately, it could also mean like that they're really not trying to be like a player type, because the Three of Cups can sometimes be that kind of like, oh, out in the clubs, just spending time with as many people as I can just for the sake of being out, that kind of energy. So in reverse, it's really like, oh, I don't do that. Like, the only reason I do that is so I can meet people, and I feel like I've met enough people, including you. No, but it really does feel like they want something real here, or at least they intend to offer you something emotional, something deeper than just surface level attraction. And it feels like when you guys communicate, you might be playful and joking around and messing with each other and having a good time, but deep down they they kind of sense almost a resistance from you, maybe. and they're like, I want to know more. I want to dig deeper. And if you need reassurance, I want to offer it to you. But I promise you, I am not like the kind of people you're used to having around. Um, Maybe they see you as a sort of player energy as well. And maybe it's like a mutual fear that you share. Because this card has come out in the same orientation from two separate piles. So yeah, what they want to offer you, their intentions, pile two, are genuine. Like what they say is what they mean, and they do want. If there's anything they're hiding, it is just that they want something deeper than just a friendship or just a flirtationship or whatever the kids are calling it these days. They do want to make something more concrete, something more stable. That they're looking forward to something with you. So, what's their next move towards you? I feel like these are all okay. What's their next move towards pile two? Let's see. We have the Seven of Swords, clarified by the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay. Okay. Don't freak out, because I know the Seven of Swords tends to have like a strange connotation, especially with relationship readings. But here's the thing, right? This person does not want to keep looking for someone. They don't want to, play the dating game. It might be, you guys might be, I don't want to call you old, but what I'm trying to say is you guys might not be, very juvenile when it comes to dating. You might have had enough experience with it where it's like, I just want I just want something real. I want my person, and I'm happy to get out of like the dating game. Like, you probably hate it. I hate it. Like, it's crazy out there. And I think they are very much in the same boat where they're like, I'm tired of, going out, meeting people, it not working out. And I feel like what you and I have is real, but I'm afraid to I'm afraid to put it out there, because what if you don't feel the same way? And it feels like really a lot of the fears that you guys have, you share with them, in the sense of it's a common fear that you both have. The Seven of Swords is usually a sneaky energy, and it could, be that kind of sneaky, the gross kind of sneaky. But in this reading with all these other cards here, to me, it really does feel like they are not quite at the place where they can really tell you just how they feel about you, or just how long into the future they're already looking. Um, with the Three of Wands in reverse, that's what gave me the feeling of like, I don't want to be in the dating market anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. Because the Three of Wands upright talks about looking outwards, looking out into the world. With it in reverse, it usually means coming home or staying put where you are. And it feels like to them, this connection that you have feels stable. It feels real. Like, didn't I say this is fixed fire energy? Like, they feel the fire, but they also know that it is pretty solid. Like, it's not a superficial thing that they feel for you. They really do enjoy this, and they see potential here. But it's like they're afraid to put all of that out there. Like, they're still keeping their cards close to their chest because maybe they've been burnt as well in the past. So that's so interesting, because usually with their next move towards you, you expect a move, but it almost feels like they're gonna take their time a little bit, how to. But I think if you do want them to come out and tell you, I think you're gonna have to initiate the conversation of like, hey, I like you, but these are my fears, and then maybe they reciprocate, and then things move that way. But if you're expecting them to come forward with a grand gesture, don't. And if anything, I think that might be a good thing that they're not planning any grand gestures, because I feel like that might freak you out, because you're in a place now where every single good thing they've been doing, you're starting to look at through a difficult lens. You're looking at it through a perspective of someone who has been hurt in the past. But it's time to work on that wound, how to, because if someone just like this managed to get close enough to you to hurt you, it means that this is just the exact kind of energy that you enjoy, that you want in your life. Just because that person ended up hurting you, or those people ended up hurting you, isn't a reflection of what you find attractive, right? You might think that your type is just always going to end up hurting you. If you like someone who looks a certain way, who talks a certain way, who laughs, who acts a certain way, and you've only ever met that kind of people and they've only ever hurt you, that doesn't mean that that has to do with your type. It is just that those connections didn't work out. And if someone who is your type, who is exhibiting the kinds of behaviors that you find attractive, is not also being toxic, that can sometimes be scary because you don't know what to expect, right? If you expect hurt and you are hurt, you can be like, yeah, I expected that, I prepared for that. If you expect to be hurt and you are not hurt, that should be a good thing, but humans do not like the unfamiliar. So somehow that triggers us worse. But yeah, if you do want something from them, how to, if you want support, if you want confirmation, validation, say it. Because with this Ace of Swords, it feels like they are eager to hear from you. They want communication. They are happy to provide communication. They're happy to provide love and support. If you want anything from them, tell them, ask them, open up that conversation, because to them, they feel it too, I think. They hold their cards close to their chest as well, because they've probably had the same exact experience as you. Like, there is some mirroring here. So, yeah, pile two, whatever it is, like, a lot of it is illusions created by your own survival brain. But I don't think they are out to hurt you at all. In fact, they are out to love you, and they want the same in return. It's just that you're both really, really scared, which is fair enough. So finally, let's take a look at what you should do. What's the advice for you in this situation? Yes, transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. What I tell you, it feels like this is coming up for you to heal this aspect of um, relationship behavior in you. I don't know if that's English anymore, but it does feel like this connection is here, if nothing else, at the bare minimum. It is here to challenge that notion you hold about everyone that makes me happy first will eventually hurt me. This connection here is built with that in mind, because now you get to enjoy the other side of it, the aspect where this connection that was so great at the beginning is also great the whole time. And I feel like you'll find a lot of healing through this person and a lot of deep transformation. But it is also an invitation for you to go inwards and kickstart the healing within yourself, because that way it will allow you to communicate in much healthier ways. It will allow you to communicate, period. Sometimes that can be the issue. We just don't talk. And if nothing else, you'll end up transforming this fear into confidence. And then no matter who comes your way, you will have an unflappable sense of self-worth. And so no one can hurt you because you don't give that power to them. But whatever it is, this is a time of healing and transformation. This is a time of change in terms of how you see relationships and how you see your own worth in context of love and relationships. So finally we have, yes, Peacock Spirit, let it shine. You guys, okay. You're being called to step into an energy where if you feel something, say it. If you want to say something, put it out there. Because you're very much being encouraged to. Let's read this one from the book because I love these. I love these cards so much. Peacock Spirit, let it shine. It's number 46. If that means anything, it reduces to a 10, which we love. Peacock Spirit, let it shine. When is the last time you shook a tail feather and shined your light for all to see? Within each of us is a peacock spirit yearning for expression, and you are called now to show the world the gorgeous creature you are, for you are a manifestation of spirit. Dance as if you remember how you were made of stardust and grace, filled with life force energy and sparkling light. Catch the light and help it to shimmer and dance in celebration of your good fortune of being right here, right now. Spirit wants you to be joyful so that others may get up and dance along with you. Yes, I definitely think the advice here is to work on the healing within yourself with or without this person around. Like, it shouldn't matter whether they're in your life. Work on healing your self-worth so that even if, worst case scenario, even if they do try to hurt you, they can't, because you are so strong and so confident in your own self, in your own energy. And honestly, watching you do that, watching you grow and heal and be expressive like that might invite this person, might encourage this person to do the very same. And you might end up being two really cool, confident peacocks together. This is a beautiful connection, pal 2, whatever it may be, whatever form it takes. It just needs a little gentle nudge from both your ends, in the sense of both of you need to do your healing and communication, and it could be something really beautiful. So that's your reading for today, pal 2. I hope it helped. I hope it brought you some support and clarity. If it did, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you want a private reading with me, by the way, I have my email in the video description. You can go ahead and reach out to me there. If you'd like to tip me, I have a link to my PayPal tip jar down as well. That would really help. But yeah, thank you so much for being here and sharing your energy with me and letting me do this reading for you. I truly hope it helped. Stick around to the outro for another reading on my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye! Hey pile 3, welcome. So if you guys picked this garnet stone, then this is your reading about your person's true intentions, why they act the way that they act. So I've gone ahead and pre-shuffled your cards. And we're going to start with these 3 cards here for confirmation. And these are going to tell us who this person is, what their archetype is, who they are to you. And you can use this as confirmation for whether you've picked the right reading. Then with these 3 cards, we'll take a look at how they act towards you. And then with these 3, we'll take a look at why they act the way they act, what their intentions are. All of that good stuff. With these 2 cards, we'll take a quick look at their next steps towards you, their next actions that they're planning to take or that they will take. And then finally, with these cards here, we'll take a look at some advice on what you should do in this situation, or just some advice about this whole thing in general. So I'm going to move your stone here. There we go. And I'm just suddenly really tired now. It could very well be the fact that it is quite late for me, but it could also be that you guys are just exhausted from the situation. But let's take a look, okay? We're gonna bring the energy back. Okay, we got this. Okay, who is this person to you? We have the devil. Don't freak out. Clarified by temperance, both major arcana. The temperance comes right before the devil as well, so right next to each other. There's a lot of synchronicities here. And we have the healer. Okay. This could go both ways, but I feel like this person can be quite intense. It feels like you have some sort of soul contract with them, which is what the devil card usually means. It could also be that this person has vices, so they might be an addict of some sort. They might have, some dependencies, codependency issues, something like that. And yeah, with the temperance, we have a balancing force here where there's a lot going on, but they're able to keep all their balls in the air. And the healer. So this is so specific. So this will probably only apply to like one person watching this, if that. It could be a situation where you met in a position of one person healing the other in some way. So if you look at the devil card, literally, this could be someone being a sobriety sponsor, and like this could be that kind of connection, or someone is a therapist and the other is going to them for a certain type of therapy. It truly feels like one person here is bringing balance into the other's life. And yeah, with the temperance, it feels like it goes both ways. So it feels like in some aspects where they are feeling imbalanced or chaotic, you're the force of calmness and stability. And then in other areas where you feel this chaos and imbalance, they bring the balance. It feels like that kind of dynamic. With the healer here, it's pretty self-explanatory. This feels like a connection that's very healing. Oh, maybe that's why I feel. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I never yawn on readings. I'm so sorry, pal 3, but it almost, the reason that happened is because I was thinking of how, when you feel comfortable around someone and your nervous system really begins to relax, you kind of get really sleepy and you start to yawn around them, and then that's what made me yawn. Okay, I promise I'm not like too tired to do a reading, but yeah, it feels like instinctively when you're around each other, you calm down and you get almost sleepy. You might find that every time you hang out, you just end up taking a nap together or something, or just kicking it back, just relaxing. One person ends up reading and the other is on their phone, or you end up doing relaxing activities together. Maybe you go to the spa together, something like this. But it really feels like this person is a calming presence in your life. There's a lot of snake imagery as well. Snakes to me always feel like magical and mystical. It's that ethereal energy, the energy of shedding and replenishing and death and rebirth and that kind of thing. So it could be that you and this person share a lot of like conversations about mystical voodoo things and magical space and alien talks, and are UFOs real? Have you met an alien? What would you do if you found out that you could become a 12th dimensional being? Like all these crazy out there conversations you might have with this person. Like it feels like the other thing is the snakes, right? Snakes are quite slippery, right? They don't go slow and steady. And so it almost feels like you might not be able to get a handle on what this connection is exactly. And maybe that's why you're here. But Why you're here is not the point. You're here, and if this feels like the connection that you're asking about, or a connection that you're familiar with, then this reading is for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this person acts. We have Death in reverse, lots of major arcana. This is a significant connection, pile 3. The Queen of Wands, and the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, interesting. How does this person act? Death in reverse, the Queen of Wands, Five of Cups in reverse. It feels like this person has a can-do attitude. Especially if you feel like you go to them with problems, like if you talk to them about your issues, they're always the one that's like, no, look, not all is lost. You don't have to worry. We'll figure a way out. This is not the end. We're going to do what we can do. Here's a bunch of different solutions. Like, this person feels like the solution person, where no matter what's going on, they know the way out. They will figure out a way to get the desired outcome. And it feels like this might very much be the kind of person you go to when you're having a rough day and they just make it better. Especially with this Queen of Wands energy, I'm very much getting a fun, fiery person who is not exhausting. Like, you know how sometimes, okay, prepare for extrovert bashing, because I'm terribly introverted, but sometimes, when you're around extroverts who have that like jumpy energy, and it can be so exhausting by the end of the day. It feels like this person has that fun, warm, friendly, funny, jokester energy, but oh my goodness, I had to yawn again. I'm so sorry. But it feels like they don't drain you, right? It feels like they don't suck the soul out of you. So they definitely feel like a very supportive person. They're an enabler. This is the person who will enable you. So do not go to them for balance, which, hello, that's me. Maybe you're asking about me. No, I'm kidding. But this person will ride for you any day. Any day. Like, whatever you need, they will make it happen. That's how they act towards you. But what's the intention behind it? We have the High Priestess. Okay, again, another major arcana. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Why does this person act the way they do? Because they feel like this is a fated connection. I don't know if you've defined this relationship, pile 3, or if you ever will, but whatever it is, this person very much sees this as a fated connection, because they don't think this was chance. Like, the Wheel of Fortune upright talks about good fortune. However, it is also a wheel and it keeps spinning. And sometimes the reversal usually means like bad fortune, but that's not how I like to read this card. For me personally, the Wheel of Fortune is about life happening to you versus you making life happen. So in reverse, that to me tells me that this person doesn't think it's mere chance that you met. They don't think that this is a coincidence, that you just happen to be at the right place at the right time to bump into them. They truly, with the High Priestess here, they truly feel like this is a fated connection, and that you were meant to meet them. Like, you were meant to be together in whatever capacity you're together in. And I keep having to add that little nuance there, because it truly feels like this connection doesn't have a definition yet. With the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like they find this so easy. Like, it's really not hard work, and they don't feel like they need to do anything in order to earn this connection, in order to have this in their lives. It feels like they are more than happy to just let things flow, let things be the way they are. And um I don't think this person is gonna like push for anything, or I don't think they plan to like rush anything or move things along, or see this connection to the end or anything like that. They are so happy to just go with the flow and chill out and relax. This just really gives me a good vibes kind of feeling, just like, oh, we're just here for a good time. We're just gonna do what we can for each other and love each other as best as we can, and whatever happens happens. And it almost feels like the feeling might be mutual, where you might feel the same way about this person, because I'm not really seeing any um cards that would indicate that one person wants commitment, the other doesn't, one person wants to rush, the other doesn't. It feels like it's a pretty chill connection. It's a pretty chill, just like, whatever happens, happens. I'm glad you exist. You're glad I exist. Let's just coexist. So, with that in mind, let's take a look at their next move towards you. I wouldn't be surprised if the Four of Swords comes out. My prediction. Okay, the Hermit. Okay, close enough. And the Four of Cups in reverse. Okay. I think their next move may not be towards you, it's towards themselves. And it feels like this person might be going inwards a little, in order to recognize more of like how this connection is divinely guided. I don't think this person is out here trying to rush anything. They're not out here trying to force you into anything. It just feels like this person's going to take some time to go within and reflect on your connection with them, and maybe even take some time to recognize all the ways in which the universe has basically given them handouts, especially when it comes to you. Because the Four of Cups upright talks about a blessing that's being given to you, but you're not recognizing it because you're so obsessed with what you already have. So to have that in reverse, yeah, that's the opposite of that, where you recognize your blessing. Even with the Five of Cups in reverse, where you recognize that two cups are still standing, even though three may have fallen over. Um, it does feel like they're starting to step into a more grateful energy. That might be something that really helps them, especially if they are the kind who deals with these dependency issues. Like I said earlier, they might be leveling up in that aspect, where they start to recognize things that they're grateful for, things that they love about their life, things that truly make them happy, truly make their life powerful and meaningful. And I think their next move in general is a lot of inner work. So I don't really see this equation changing, but it also feels like you don't want it to change. It feels like you're so happy where you are with this person, and maybe you're here to see if, is anything going to change, because I don't want it to. Um, if that's the case, congratulations, nothing's changing. If you're getting antsy, which I really don't think you are, given how, calm the energy is, but if you are getting antsy, I would say hold on to a bit of patience, hold on to um, your seat, because this is going to be a slow burner if you do want this to evolve to like something more connection-y, then it is going to take some time. So finally, what's the advice for you? What should you do in this connection? We have Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. This, I told you, you guys, this is a connection where there is a lot of mysticism and magic. Like, I know you guys have conversations about the esoteric, quantum entanglement. What is God? What is the universe? Why are we here? What's the point? And it almost feels like you're being called to revel in that energy, because all the major arcana that came out have to do with that sort of otherworldly vibe. right? There is balance, there is karmic connections, there is inner work, there is connecting to the universe. Wow, there is burnt sage on my hands. I burn sage before I do these readings, and there's just like little bits of ash everywhere. But yeah, it feels like you're definitely being called to explore the subtle realm with this person. It feels like that's kind of your joint venture in this lifetime, where you explore the depths of how deep spirit can go together, and you share your knowledge, you share your findings. Because I do feel like this person might take almost like a nerdy interest in all of this, where they keep notes, they journal, they have ideas, and they have downloads coming to them, and then you might do the same, and then you kind of swap notes so you're better rounded mystics together. And yeah, your advice is really just to revel in that, because it is rare to find a connection like this. And we have wasp spirit in reverse. Sometimes life stings. It's number 64, if that means anything. In reverse, that would be 46. But let's read that one from the book, because that's an interesting card to come out. Okay. Wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. Are you holding on to anger, jealousy, or resentment because you got stung? Or could you have just stung yourself by comparing yourself to others? There will always be someone else who is more successful, happier, thinner, richer, etc. Jealousy is the false belief that you can't have what you want, or someone could take away something that was supposed to be yours. Let it go and release all those feelings that are making the sting hurt long after the stinger has been removed. Wasp spirit has woken you up, and now you are called to trust that disappointment can lead to a different and better path. Align with spirit now and trust that this too shall pass, and is already doing so, for the pain subsides when you stop telling the story of how much it hurt. Okay, I think your connection is going to help you feel that way, help you realize your own worth as individuals, and also that nothing external can truly hurt you, because we are infinite. We are here for a limited human experience, but deep down we are infinite. Energy never dies. It can never be born. It simply transforms. And the esoteric nature of this connection, the deeply spiritual nature of this connection really does tell you, that it teaches you that things that hurt are here to teach us something, and things that feel good are here to allow us to enjoy the duality of life. And if you've had any fears or worries about connections like this, because this feels like it's so precious to you and you worry about losing it, don't is the advice, because this is someone who will be in your life for a long time. Because again, it's not by chance that they're here. This is very much a fated connection, a divinely guided connection. And honestly, I'm not getting romancy vibes from it. And I assume you don't either, because you wouldn't have listened this long if you did. But even if it is eventually going to lead to romance or whatever, this right now feels like a very powerful friendship. And I don't even want to use the word friendship, because for whatever reason, it feels reductive. It feels like I'm reducing your relationship to friendship. Even though friendship is a beautiful thing, this feels like it's beyond your bog standard friendship. This is not a standard issue friendship. This is something powerful between two souls. And it will teach you that not everyone will be taken away from you. Not everyone is here to hurt you. And not everyone is preying on your downfall. Sometimes people just love each other for no reason other than they just do. This is such a beautiful connection, pile 3. So that's your reading for today. I really hope it brought you some clarity and some joy, because it brought me a lot of joy and I feel so relaxed right now. I feel so nourished and healed. So thank you so much for sharing your energy with me and sharing this connection with me and letting me do this reading for you. I truly hope it helped. If you're looking for a personal reading, you can email me. My email is in the video description below, or you can support my work by heading over to my PayPal tip jar, which is also linked in the description. If you enjoyed this video and it resonated with you, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Really helps the channel reach more people. Stick around to the outro for another reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!